Hello Sagittarius, my fellow fire signs. Welcome to your July 2019 General Psychic Horoscope reading. I feel like that was a big mouthful. So, Sagittarius, I'm super excited to get into these psychic messages with you. Man, we are heading into eclipse season here. So I've already drawn collectively a couple of messages, oracle cards for all of us, which we're going to discuss, what is specifically showing up and revolving around those eclipses. So it's really deep. I'm really excited to share it with you, Sagittarius. But of course, before we jump into all the goodiness here, I have a couple of quick announcements. Super excited. First of all, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here, Sag. Stay up to date with everything and help support me here. So thanks in advance. But I'm really excited about this new product I've added to my Etsy shop. It's a new reading style, so it's ta-da, psychic, turn that around, psychic message in a bottle. Flip a switch here on the cork and boom, it's got lights in it because lights are pretty, that's why. So anyways, you get on painter paper your psychic message written, handwritten, and rolled up as you see in here. And you pull it out with a string. So, it's easy to get out, I promise. And then on the bottle here, wrapped around it, you get your zodiac sign's charm. We have the Leo one on here right now. And then a clear quartz crystal pendant. And you can turn that part into a necklace. And so I'm so proud of it. It's super cute, super simple. But yeah, so it's available and it'll be in my Etsy shop. You can find the listing and everything below in the descriptions box. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And last, I do have another free giveaway happening. Free giveaway is in relation to this new psychic message in a bottle. So the best way to stay in the loop about that is to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Those are below in the descriptions box as well. And so yeah, there you have it, Sagittarius. Let's dive into the message here. So, we have on the 2nd of July, the new moon and solar eclipse happening in the sign of Cancer. So we're in moon season, moon children's season for the majority of July here. It's hitting a pretty deep place of your chart, Sagittarius. It's hitting a deep place in all of the fire signs chart. So I can relate, I'm a Leo. So, specifically though, what is showing up as a society, what we're being asked of us as a society, as a people, is the messages that come with the owl here. And what specifically is popped up with the owl surrounding this Cancer eclipse is many of us have been very attached to communicating and trying to form a connection with people through social media. Trying to connect through a screen. And it hasn't been working, has it? For the majority of us, that's not enough. It's not fulfilling. We need in-person communication. So what the owl is bringing up is detaching yourself. Detaching yourself from some of those things that have become a norm in our society. So social media, constantly being on it. Learning to detach a little bit more, okay? Big with the owl here. So learning to detach a bit more. I know I've said it like a million times already. So, but for real, the owl is bringing up the fact of needing to nurture ourselves through in-person human connection. And being in Cancer season at this Cancer new moon and eclipse, it's so enhanced and so powerful. The need to really emotionally feed ourselves through support systems, through, you know, people who really resonate with us and who just emotionally lift us up and who can really sentiment and empathize with our feelings. Finding our tribe. You know, it's big. It's big around this. And there's a message too coming up here. Learning how to take a disadvantage, using the wisdom of a disadvantage and turning it into an advantage. So, you know, especially where there's been emotional turmoil and hurt, disrespect within our society towards culture, towards race, towards sexuality, all of that has been shifting really for the most part beautifully and positive. There's definitely been some resistance and fight back, of course. There always will be. But, you know, this eclipse is enhancing that and asking us to rather look at the negativity and the mishaps and the wrongdoings and the bad, focus more on a solution. You know, and that's how you go from a disadvantage to an advantage. So the last thing that came up with Owl here is we're going to see a lot more, whether it come out in the media, statistically, you know, or just within our community, you're going to recognize more people shifting their spirituality here. Turning more to esoteric, occultism, paganistic spirituality, naturistic, turning to nature more and the cycles of nature. Many people turning from Christianity. And so that is going to be evolving more at this time as well. And so Sagittarius, moving on to the 16th of July, where the full moon and lunar eclipse happens in the sign of Capricorn, we have Cow showing up. And this is pretty powerful. Cow represents the goddess of the earth. So health and nurturing habits are popping up with this. How we nurture ourselves with the earth, how we're nurturing the earth in return. And its creatures, its animals. So some specific things that psychically came up with Cow for me is how we're treating our livestock. We might see more investigation stories coming up on animal abuse, how we're feeding our livestock, and the energy that carries, that animal carries whenever they feed us. You know, so we want to be making sure that we take care of our livestock, especially when it comes time for them to feed us, because that energy carries. And if we're consuming that, and that animal went through a lot of crap, then that's going to reflect and be felt in our bodies. You know, understanding that everything is energy is really important here. So, you know, we could see more stories coming out about that, almost like that Oak Dairy Farm story. You know, that was pretty intense. I don't know if some of you saw that. You might look it up. But it's also asking us to examine specifically how we are giving to the world, how we're contributing to Mother Earth. You know, when we see an injustice within our environment that's being done to the earth, pollution, whatever, are we standing up for it? Are we raising awareness? Are we doing anything about it? It takes a whole village to create change. And so that is being asked of each of us. To be a voice. To stand up, to take action where we're being called in that area. So powerful stuff coming up as a whole for our society and everything. I'm excited to see how it shapes and what solutions we get. You know, even specifically, especially at the full moon and lunar eclipse here, we might see not just, these things come up, but solutions to more innovative ways of treating and feeding our livestock, pesticides, how we chemically treat our crops and stuff like that, just more healthier and efficient ways. So that looks to be really exciting. So anyways, that is what is going on here in eclipse season here. So let's go ahead and just jump right in, Sagittarius, to your reading. I am using all Druid Celtic based tools today. So I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot deck. Really excited about this one. Still pretty fresh here, so you are getting definitely some of the first tastes of this deck here that I'm using. So as I shuffle here, and we begin your psychic message, Sagittarius, feel free, take a couple of deep breaths with me here. Allow your mind to just center and relax. I feel like 2 shuffles here, and that'll do it. Okay, here we go, Sagittarius. I'm doing a week-by-week spread here. Wow, you got some powerful stuff going on. Yeah, you've got some similar cards that showed up in the Leo reading. Just no surprise. Fellow fire sign, going through some intense stuff. So, I mean, when I say this, Sagittarius, astrologically, especially for you risings out there, this is affecting your 8th house. So house of regeneration, taxes, debts, spiritual transformation, death, rebirth, how you arise from an ending, from a completion, from trial and error. That kind of stuff is enhanced right now. So Mars moves into the sign of Leo at the 1st of July, and that's going to feel pretty good for you. You're going to feel that right off the bat. You have the 10 of Cups and Prince of Wands showing up in that first week. So the Prince of Wands is like the Knight of Wands in the regular deck. And so this is really reflective of your personal energy. So there's going to be a sense of enthusiasm, especially a sense of enthusiasm when it comes to relationships and some of your long-term relationships and partnerships here. 10 of Cups is about family and those who you consider your people, your tribe. So there's a focus on family, and no surprise, at the Cancer, around the Cancer new moon here, that this is showing up too. Because this is the area that Cancer rules, is home and family. So there's some sort of new excitement. New excitement that is happening and wanting to evolve within your family, within your tight-knitted tribe here, Sagittarius. Perhaps, taking you and your family, loved ones, on an adventure. Going on a little vacation with the Prince of Wands here. Could prove to be really beneficial. Time that incites, encourages more connection. And almost in a sense, I'm hearing the words getting reacquainted with some of those loved ones in the first week here. Getting reacquainted, figuring out where each other are, where each other is on their personal journey. You know? There's some really supportive energy here for you from your people, from your family, from your loved ones. And it's just going to be really rejuvenating to spend a little bit more time in that first week with them, in their presence. It's going to really invigorate you. And like I said here at the beginning, raise your enthusiasm and your motivation. Awesome. And now in the second week here, Sagittarius, you have the Princess of Wands and Four of Pentacles. So interesting. You're almost being asked, some of you, I'm hearing, to be a little bit more conservative with your spending, with your money here in the second week. So, yeah, it's kind of temper your spending. I'm also hearing those words, guarding sort of your treasure, guarding your funds. There's a sense here with the Princess of Wands of just guarding over, especially any new sort of treasure gift that you've received or extra money that you've received. Whatever that is, making sure that you're kind of keeping it just locked away for now. It's going to serve a bigger purpose a little later on down the road. So just in the second week, make sure that you're exercising some good calls when it comes to finances and not overspending. There's that. But then there's also here some sort of message of some of you Sagittariuses, a vision of, you're getting this vision of creating a more sustainable wealth for yourself, creating more sustainability within your career. And especially in regards to those of you who are wanting to do something a bit more independent, work that's independent, you know, perhaps becoming an entrepreneur, starting a YouTube channel, starting your own website, opening your own mom and pop's shop, you know, whatever it is here. There's some beginning stages going on here, and perhaps locking away some extra funds for that. You know, keeping your vision close to your heart, even, I'm getting here. Yeah, especially when it concerns business and money. And moving on into the third week, you have the High Priestess and Nine of Wands. So this is, you know, we're approaching that a full moon in Capricorn, and more of a heavy energy, more of that 8th house energy that could be coming up here. You know, you're seeing in the third week here more of the dark and light aspects and what that means in other people, in relationships surrounding you, in the situations that you're going through at this time in your life. You're seeing how, you know, two different experiences are conjoining and how they're affecting you at this time. Your intuition in the third week is going to be really enhanced. You know, pay attention to the signs, to the nudges that you're getting here, Sagittarius. especially when it comes to other people. You're going to face a little bit of opposition and challenge from other people. They're going to be pressing your buttons, I'm getting here in the third week. Okay, so just be aware. Yeah, this is Nine of Wands, that there's going to be a little bit of resistance from other people here. And so, you know, the best approach that you can take with this is surrendering, in a sense. I mean, not totally bending over backwards, Sagittarius, but surrendering to, more so to spirit, to the universe, in regards to like what this situation, what this confrontation with people or with this person is trying to teach you. What is the lesson here? Why is this resistance coming up? You know, what can you gain from this? What can you learn from this? What is the spiritual lesson in particular, Sagittarius? There's some spiritual knowledge that wants to come in, that wants to shine through at this time. It's going to inform you a lot. It's going to tell you how your energy has been relating to other people, has been affecting other people, and how to better maneuver through any sort of opposition, argument, challenge that you're facing. So it's really quite interesting. It's really quite fascinating. And, you know, also I'm getting the message here, you know, this really can be, it can be more that outward experience like I just talked about, but also there is an internal experience and dialogue going on here. You might just be feeling this sort of struggle within yourself where you feel like you have to stand up for yourself and fight. You know? And you're being asked to look at why you feel that way. Why does it have to be a fight or a struggle? Why do you have to resist yourself? You know, why is there, for any of you, why is there that need and impulse to be on guard? And so, you know, with the High Priestess here, it's really asking you to go deep and just do some of that psychological work and ask yourself some of those tough questions. And it'll do you good. For any of you who are into occultic stuff, you do tarot, you do astrology, you do ritual or energy work, the third and fourth week are going to be great times to do that. In the fourth week, we are, of course, moving into Leo season, which is going to feel essentially really just good. It's going to feel really uplifting for you, Sagittarius. It's your fellow fire sign. The sun is in its home sign. You know, it's going to feel good. And in the fourth week, you have the Prince of Pentacles and the Hermit here. So you may feel the urge, I'm hearing, to move towards almost a more sort of private lifestyle. Give yourself a little bit more private time, a little bit more seclusion in the fourth week. Moving towards just a little bit more of that vibe. There's still some work to be done in the fourth week here. And, you know, you have another Knight of Pentacles. So the opportunity to travel with work, to travel in regards to a job opportunity, perhaps an interview, or something that is helping evolve your place in your job, in your career, that opportunity might be showing up here in the 4th week. Definitely. But also, you know, you're being encouraged to move a little slower with this. Move, yes, in the 4th week. And you want to go after whatever this is. You're on the journey here. You're on the journey. It's no longer just new or fresh. But take baby steps is what I'm getting. Take baby steps in the 4th week of July here. And that's really reaffirmed too with the Hermit card. Because the Hermit is a slow-moving energy. Also very earthy. You might be dealing with a Virgo in the 4th week. That's coming up. And a Virgo might be helping you kind of compose things with a little bit more detail. Helping you dot your I's, cross your T's, that kind of thing. And it's just going to be a very spiritual month. I believe that this pushes you into your 9th house. But we'll go over, of course, that a little bit more specifically in the August reading. But, you know, you're getting into a time where you're learning a little bit more about yourself in this 4th week. I'm getting. Learning a little bit more about yourself, and specifically about yourself, how you work with others, how you pursue and go after any work opportunities, creative opportunities. I don't know if you heard that, but it's raining where I'm at and the thunder just kind of rumbled. I thought that was kind of cool. So anyways, I want to just go ahead and get you one more card here just for clarity with these last two. I feel like there's something else that wants to speak here. Okay, I feel like it's closer to the top. This one. The Lovers. Oh, okay. The Lovers showing up for clarity. So this is about, I'm hearing right off the bat, really loving your journey. And that can, yes, reflect and mean your journey with career, with what you're doing, your services that you're giving to the world. Definitely that's ringing strong for a lot of you Sagittarians, but also just loving your spiritual journey. You know, if you want to, you know, combine it with the Hermit here, which, you know, that's all a reflection. You know, your journey and purpose, what you do in the world, is a reflection of your spiritual desires and journey. Or at least it should be. And perhaps some of you Sagittarians are being a little bit more reacquainted with that. What does your spirit want? What is your spirit calling you to do? What is your role right now? What kind of service do you want to give? And what kind of knight are you wanting to be to the world? Boom. And you want to be the knight who loves what he's doing, who loves the journey he's on, or that she's on. And this is definitely a lot of self-love. Getting more reacquainted with your purpose, like I said, and then giving yourself a bit more self-love. And self-respect, even, Sagittarius. Yeah, once you get into Leo season, it's gonna be a big focus for you. Beautiful. Yeah, and you know, specifically for those of you who have a Virgo or Earth sign showing up here in the 4th week too, this is a very fated relationship. You can trust the evolvement, the coming in of this relationship, of the timing of this person. You're definitely, yeah, you can trust it. So know that. So I'm going to leave it at that. We're kind of, you know, keeping the messages simple, you know, as we do here in the general horoscope readings. But if you want a personal one-on-one reading, want to get in depth with something, with some subject, Sagittarius, let me know, message me, contact me via my Etsy shop. Link and everything is below. And of course, if you're interested in doing the psychic message in a bottle, where you get your pendant, charm, and all the good stuff, then that is available too. And don't forget, I'm doing the free gift giveaway as well. To enter in for that and stay in the loop with that, you know, just follow me. Probably best to do it on my Instagram and Facebook. So those links are below in the descriptions box too. You name it. Enjoy this month and the depth of this month. You know, get in touch with those emotions too. I want to point out here too. It's a beautiful season to do that and discover more self-love. Something that's showing up for you. So, beautiful Sagittarius. Love getting to visit with you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Drop me a comment below. Let me know how this resonates. Ta-ta for now.